Noonan.
Yeah, it was. Foster, right. go. Yes! That's counting. Oh, yeah. Baby. Multiple times. It resets. You want to, how much you want to bet? Bro, what's good? Bad heavy. Bad heavy. Yeah. Oh, baby, you got it. Hey, Santa, how do you play basketball against those players?
Triple Mr. Seeley.
Post them up.
Yeah!
Put a bounty on Underwood.
From last game to this game.
Hey, good job, JP. Way to be organized.
We want to get you guys home to your spring break, but we want to have a couple words to say about everybody first. But before we do that, everything needs to be clean, okay? So if everybody grabs a couple of pieces of garbage and tosses in the garbage, we can be done in 2 minutes, and we can start getting on to the awards and the recognitions and things like that. Okay? Yeah.
I don't understand why they would be
Excuse me.
Sit down.
Can you make a point? Okay. Hey, so what we're about to do is going to be brief, but I want you to think about something first. When we're up here saying some words about your teammates, there's a lot of effort that was put into the season. There's a lot of work that they did, and it's not the time to make it about yourself by joking around. Right? If I know you've been joking around, and that's fine because you're having a little party, but right now it's time to listen to and clap for your teammates. All right? So I'm gonna say some things, and you probably try to guess who it is, and then I'll say the name at the end, and we'll go from there. So the first player, they're not here right now, but they came up from the intramural squad.
It's Katie. John.
Yeah.
John or Katie?
Okay, they came up from the intramural squad, and when we said tryouts, if you didn't make a team, prove us wrong. And I was definitely wrong about this guy. He's a great player, and he came up and gave us a big push at the end of the season. And that's John Watson. All right, this guy, also not here right now. He also came up from the intramural squad, and he came out right away, and he was working on a hook shot And he had a couple of games where he started and he came out and scored. He scored a bunch of points simply off of getting in the paint, getting his hook shot going, and he didn't miss very often. And that was Caden Judy. This guy right here, he started off the season and he was playing a wing, and we had an injury to our point guard, and so Terrell got injured, and we right in the middle of the season kind of threw him right in there, and he handled everything. And one thing is, I never ever had to worry about his attitude. Never ever had to worry about him being under pressure. Never had to worry about him being in a tough situation and not handling it. And also sometimes it was easy to forget he was there because he was just taking care of everything and keeping it under control. Did a great job at point. That's Akari. Come on. This is quick.
I did.
All right. So we were fortunate to have a lot of post players this year, and this post player was absolutely dominant. When he got out there, he was getting the ball, no one was stopping him. But aside from that, at practices, he was a leader. He'd step up, get guys' attitudes in the right spot, make sure people were focusing and hustling. And he's a great leader on the team. Had a lot of fun having him on the team this year. And that is Malachi. All right, this guy right here, he didn't say much. But I never questioned his hustle, never questioned his effort. And wherever he was, whether it was a warm-up drill or we were working on defensive slides, or the other thing he had to do is we put him in a lot of different positions that he had to learn, and I expected him to learn it like that. And he had to play, we had a lot of post players, and he was by far the smallest post player. Yet he'd go in there and he'd battle with guys much bigger than him. And there was a game where he earned his nickname because he went in and guys bigger than him, he went in and scored on him right away in the post. Didn't back down, wasn't afraid. So that is Benjamin Schack. Okay, next guy, another one of our post players. He had some great battles with Malachi. Every day at practice, they would go at each other. And they're going to be telling stories about that for years to come. And they would beat each other up every day, and they never backed down. And it seems like every practice when they play one-on-one, one guy was winning, the next guy would win the next day, and he brought that right to the game. Aside from that, he was also, I feel like I'm repeating this, but there's a lot of great leaders on the team. Guys who were willing to step up, guys who were willing to do what it took to work hard, and he was one of them, and that is Landon Parker. Really enjoyed having this kid on the team. We missed him for a couple weeks, and when he was gone, we really missed him. Not just because he was a good player, but he's got a really great attitude. Playing basketball is fun. He likes being around his teammates. And he brings a lot of energy. He's willing to speak up during practice and encourage people. And he came right back and earned his way into the starting lineup in no time at all. Even though he had missed a little bit of time, he picked it right up. And he was a really, really important part of our push to the end, and that is Omaha Lutu. All right. This one really hurt a couple games into the season. We lost this guy. And then he kind of disappeared and didn't come back until the banquet and then wanted to play in the game. However, when he got hurt, there was something really telling that happened. He got hurt and he wanted to stay in practice. He didn't want to come out. And it turned out to be a pretty significant injury. And I had to force him to go sit down, which shows his attitude as a competitor. So we missed him this season, but looking forward to having him back next season as a 7th grader. And that is Terrell Jackson. All right. This guy right here, he set the league record for bloody noses. And he was a guy that often stayed in the whole game because in every aspect of the game, he was doing the stuff that is most difficult but most important, which everyone on our team did, but he really stood out at it. Rebounding, offensively and defensively, help side, battling in the paint to be able to score. He'd do it for the entire game and he wouldn't back down. And that guy is Ethan Flavell. Hey, this guy right here is he was a second team player for about half of the season, but he was one of the first people here every single day. So I'd get here in the morning, and this guy and Omaha and someone else, I don't know who it was, would be here every single morning. There was, it was a card. Every single morning when I got here, they'd be here early, ready to go. And he worked his way up. He proved what he could do, and he ended up being one of the leading scorers on the team down the stretch and earning his way into a starting position. And that is Mason Carruthers. Alrighty. This guy right here, he was another person who started out on the he started out on the intramural team. He started out on the intramural team and he worked his way up. He proved what he could do. He was a bubble guy during tryouts, and he didn't complain. He came out and showed what he could do on the intramural squad. And he ended up earning a lot of time and started a few games over the course of the season. And one of a couple guys on the team that was able to hit a three-pointer. I think we only had a few the course of the whole season. So he was a good shooter. Again, I feel like I'm repeating myself over and over. But it was a team of guys who were committed. They worked hard, had good attitudes, and he was one of them. That's Tyler Boole. Last but certainly not least, this guy always plays his heart out, and no one is harder on themselves than them. And that's not just on the court, that's in the classroom as well. And he's going to be really successful because he is going to push himself to the limit every single time. And he doesn't make an excuse, he holds himself accountable, and he always works hard. It's great having him on the team this year. That's Kobe Bennett. All right, and so before Coach Johnson goes, I just want to say just overall for the JV team this year, number one, thank you. The practices were early in the morning. You guys helped me out a lot. Part of the reason that we did the morning practice was so I could get home earlier after school and spend some more time with my family since my son is a toddler, just turned 2 years old, and so I could be at home with my family a little bit more. I really appreciate that. And there was hardly any issues with attitude, with anything from the classroom. You guys are a great group of guys who came ready to work every day, and I had a lot of fun this season. So, thank you. Okay?
Come here.
There you go.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Williams said he was gonna be brief. It was not bad for Mr. Williams, pretty good. I'm gonna be briefer, because I'm exhausted. All right, so I got 10 certificates, because CJ's not here, so I'll just talk about CJ later. Anyway, I don't have these in any order. These are just the ones, the way that they came to me from Mr. Young. So this first kid, 7th grader, you can tell that he had a lot of basketball experience when he came to us in the first place. Found out later, he got some AAU experience, real calm demeanor on the floor, didn't seem to get rattled very much, had a good inside-outside game, really helped us a lot this year. Julian. This next guy I knew coming in, he played on my football team, and when I was walking around asking kids if they're coming out for basketball, and he said he was coming out for basketball, I was trying to figure out how I was going to picture him, how he was going to fit in, whether he was going to be a varsity kid, a JV kid, or maybe even a C-team kid. And he came out, and it probably took about 20 minutes on the first day of trials to say, wow, this is a varsity type kid. He's another guy that came out and was on second team, and he just kept working and working and working, and he just gave the other team all kinds of problems, and by the end of the year, we didn't have any choice but to put him in a starting lineup, because you heard him come out of DeMario. Another one of my football players, he was able to do a lot of different things for us this year. He played wing for us, he played point guard for us, could shoot the ball inside a little bit, played good defense, get up and on the court. I really enjoy having him as a football player and a basketball player. He's always at practice, he's always willing to put in the work. He'll listen, we're trying to teach him stuff, and really had a great time coaching him this year. That's Devin. Another one of my football players here. Another one of my football players here. Another one of my football players here. Again, I didn't know where this kid was going to fit in. I'm not sure how much of a basketball player he thought that he was coming in, but one thing was for sure, he's a heck of an athlete. Not only is he easily the strongest kid on our team, but I think he's probably the strongest kid in the entire league. But it's probably easier since I think we checked. Isn't he like 24? I think he's 24 years old. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe a bunch of grades. But really enjoyed being able to get to know Joe. Get up here, man. All right. Speaking of hard work, just like Coach Williams was saying before, and I think that we have this conversation when we were doing tryouts, that every single year we have kids move from the C team to the JV team, from the JV team to the varsity team, because we don't always get it right. And we tell them, if you don't think that you're in the right spot, then work your butt off. And this is a kid that I think he was having a really good experience in JV. He wasn't even very excited about coming to the varsity, but we made it. And I'm glad that we did. Again, I'm not sure if basketball is his first sport, but when you watch him run up and down that floor and jump as high as he can, I'll have him on my basketball team.
Oh, definitely.
And that's mine. This is another kid that took a little while to notice him. He doesn't have a lot to say out there. He's not that flashy out there. But I'll tell you, man, the more you watch how in control that he... Man, hey, you're being rude right now. You guys are all being rude right now. He comes out, and you can tell that he's working on his game all the time. plays hard on offense, plays hard on defense. He's got a great mid-range shot, and he's going to be one of our leaders next year. Not Brandon Phillips. And there's some kids out there that I didn't know if they're going to be, a basketball player or not. But before 2 weeks before basketball even started, I knew this guy was going to be a basketball player because we were going to make him. Just by the way that he walks around, I got to look way up to talk to him. He got a pretty quiet demeanor about him, but I tell you, when you get into competition, King, are you leaving?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, I'm right in the middle of something. Okay?
Hey, I'm just saying hi.
I know.
Peace out, King.
Peace out, bro. Hey, don't even say bye, Mr. Williams. Adios, Mr. Williams.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Anyway, so this is a kid that has kind of a quiet demeanor about him, right? But you get him in competition, man, he can get a little ornery out there. I saw him getting a little ornery against Illinois and some of these other teams, fight for board, scrapping inside, and it was really fun watching him play this year against Illinois. All right, this next guy, man, I tell you, man, he was exhausting all year long. Boy, I'll tell you what. Definitely one of the leaders on the team, but when I try to challenge the team, he challenged me every day as far as what I'm doing. Am I doing the right thing? Am I not doing the right thing? We worked a lot about talking about leadership and everything that he has to offer. This is a kid, whether it's basketball, football, or track, or anything else, I know that he's going to go to the next level, and he's going to do some incredible, incredible special things because he's a special kid. And that's Amari.
Good.
All right, this next kid. This next kid, I saw him walking the halls in fall and was wondering, why is this kid not playing football? Sometimes I just think that he's a little lost trying to find his way. I think he maybe got mixed up and couldn't read the numbers on the door because he had a really tough time finding which classroom to go to. But eventually, after a lot of work, we started to figure out a way to get him to class. We started, doing the right thing here, doing the right thing there. Comes out, plays basketball, works really, really hard. And I think that he's a kid, if he keeps doing the right thing over in the classroom, keeps working hard, whether it's the court or the field or anything else, he's going to be very successful too. And that is Saddam.
You say you could
All right. Last one here was only sixth grader on the team, only sixth grader on varsity. I remember after tryouts, the first, second, third day, we were talking about, how could we have this kid? This kid can't play varsity basketball. There's no way. He's too little. He's a sixth grader. Not only was he on the varsity for most of the years, he's our starting point guard. He's probably one of the best ball handlers at his age that I think that I've ever seen. And whether or not I'm here or I'm gone or if I'm coaching, I'm definitely going to be coming back for the next couple of years just so I can watch this kid dial it up on the basketball court. And that's Q Mari.
He scored!
Bro.
Oh!
All right. And we also have two. Oh, you know what? By the way, we don't have certificates. Mr. Young didn't make them, but I'm going to make sure that I check in with him because none of this, we could not have done any of this stuff without the help of our managers. So thank you to Jade, thank you to Jen for that. They're here every day before practice, so the last ones to leave, helping the whole program out, and we couldn't have done without you. So thank you both. I really appreciate it. Thank you. We have 2 awards. Okay, we just ordered the plaques today, so they won't be until after we get back from spring break. You guys want to know the awards?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 2 varsity awards and 2 JV awards, right? Okay, so the first varsity award was the most inspirational award, and that is the award that all of you guys voted on, okay? So one thing about that most inspirational award that was impressive to me is that out of the 11 kids on the team, 7 out of the 11 kids at least got 1 vote. So that tells you something about what your teammates think of each other, right? I think that there's a lot of different people that were inspirational, all right? And by just a slim margin, the vote that you guys all made for your award for your most inspirational player goes to Mario. You have a clap. Next we'll do that. All right. And the next award for varsity was our Falcon Pride Award. And what that award is, that's for the kid that Coach Williams and I talked about. We talked about both the varsity and the JV players. This is a kid, and you know what? A lot of you guys fit this bill also. So it's not, it was a tough selection, but we had to pick one kid that we thought, you know what, came in, worked his tail off every day, was a leader on the team, did everything right over in the building, right? And just represented everything that we're trying to embody in Lakota, not just basketball, but Lakota athletics. And that close vote went to Brandon Phillips. Oh. All right. JV. Okay. For JV, we had 2 awards, but before we say the JV awards, I think that we have a big thank you to say to Mr. Johnson. Coach Johnson has an exhausting job. If you don't know, he doesn't get a planning period, okay? He teaches all day. See, Brandon?
I'm coming with you. What?
You're going to be talking to nobody here pretty soon.
The walker's not even open.
Okay. He doesn't get a playing period. He doesn't even really get a lunch because he's supervising the cafeteria. And we had 2 basketball coaches, and we didn't have a varsity coach. And we needed a varsity coach, right? We need someone with the experience to coach varsity, which he has, the varsity football coach. And he's back in Lakota, previously Lakota varsity basketball coach before. And he had a lot on his plate, but he stepped up for you guys to be your coach despite that. And you guys owe him a big thank you for that. Okay? Hey, a coach with a ton of knowledge and a ton of experience who wanted to do it, was excited to coach you guys. But it was also, he had a lot on his plate, and he really had to work hard for that too. Okay? JV Awards. First one, King of the Paint. I chose this one. The rebounding, the help defense, and everything that happens right there in the paint is what wins the game. You have to make that happen to win the game. And there was one guy who stood out more than anyone else who consistently, day in and day out, battled and battled and battled on both ends of the floor and would never quit. Okay? That was a tough decision because we got a lot of guys who play like that. But one guy who day in, day out, game after game after game, the entire season, every practice, the entire season, battled in the paint and fought for it, was Ethan Flovell. Now, here's the one you guys voted on. And there were votes to multiple players, but there was a clear winner here. You guys voted on the Falcon Pride / Inspirational Award. The person who just embodied what it meant to be on our team, what kind of player that we wanted. And the Falcon Pride most inspirational player that you all voted for is Mason Carruthers. All right, fellas. If you didn't turn your uniform in, we're going to be hunting you down. Everybody help clean up. And have a good spring break.